that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that green light, Maine.
Welcome to Greenlight Maine, the most cutting-edge program you have seen in this state. How so, you might be wondering? Because our lineup includes some of the most innovative and forward-thinking companies in all of Maine, and you will hear a lot more about the two startups featured tonight and the days and months ahead. In fact, there's a good chance you will become a customer. But first, we have some experienced judges in the house, and we're going to talk to them now. We're so happy to have them throughout our series because they have done so much for our state. Judges, we're going to talk about what signs of success you look for in a company. Hi, Susan Rulin from Dirigo Labs.
Hello. I like to see a solid team in place, a realistic revenue model, and a strong marketing plan.
Awesome. Next up, we have John Karp from Maine MEP and MTI. Hi, John.
I'd echo Susan's opinions strongly, but I'd also say, to expand on that, a coherent team culture and pride in their work. I've never, ever seen a company with those two factors that doesn't ultimately succeed.
Absolutely. And finally, we have Nat Henshaw from CEI Ventures. Thanks, Nat.
Hi, I look at the track record of success. So in some cases, it might be an illustrious academic career, or it might be founding of successful businesses and perhaps an exit from that. Or it might be overcoming significant challenges in their past.
Perfect. Okay, we're going to talk to you in a few minutes, but it's time for our first company, and they are very close to launch. And when they do, it will be a first for African culture. Let's watch NKENNE.
Hi, my name is Michael Odakaro Kibo, and I'm the CEO of NKENNE, the first African-centered language learning app in market. And before I begin with my pitch, I'd love to teach you some Igbo. Okay, can you say Kedu? Okay, say it one more time. Kedu? Perfect. Kedu means hi in the Igbo language. Igbo tribe, the tribe that I come from, my people come from in southeast Nigeria. And one of the languages that we are offering in NKENNE, as mentioned before, the first African-centered language learning app in market. So the language learning space has had a huge boom over the past 2 years, especially because of the pandemic. There's now like a $25.7 billion market, but there are no African languages utilized in the language learning space. So NKENNE will be the very first. So that's why we are really hustling, we're really pushing forward, and we're aiming for an MVP launch February of 2022. We already have a prototype done where we have languages there, but for the MVP launch, not only will we have 10 languages offered, one of them is Somali, which is the second most spoken language in Maine, which is still crazy, but it's true. But then we're also having machine learning, we're having live translations, and another thing that what makes us different is we also have a community section in our app, which allows our users to connect with each other, practice with each other, and hopefully elevate with each other, as that's our goal. We want to build community with this app, which is what makes us different. We have a really strong team, and we have a very fast, agile team. Again, we are aiming for February of 2022 MVP launch, which we are making great progress in doing, and we already have a prototype. My team and I have gone to Nigeria 2 times the past 5 months, so we've been working very hard creating lesson plans, and it's going very, very well. And we have an amazing team of advisors. We recently were selected by Goldman Sachs 10K SB. They have been an amazing advising team to us. We also have Tech Futures Group, which have been advising us, as well as MTI, which invested a phase 1 investment into NKENNE, and we just won a Capital One prize of $20,000 with their Catapult program. So we're very, very excited about our progress. We're very excited about where we are going, and we aim to change the world with the NKENNE app. So again, my name is Michael Odakaro Kibo, and thank you so much.
Hi, Michael. Kedu.
Kedu.
Well, you are changing the world and strengthening our culture, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to kick off the questions with Susan.
Great. Thank you, Michael. That was a fantastic pitch. 1 language is impressive, but 10, wow. I'd like to know how many months it takes for a user to be conversant in one of the languages.
We'd like our users to practice as much as they can. We'd like every day if possible, but we know life isn't perfect. So as long as they can practice as much as they can retain the language. And also, we like our users to be our users will be B2 to C2 level of understanding of the languages that they're doing. So there is a huge opportunity to learn a language and retain that language and utilize that language in the future.
Great, thank you.
Next question, John.
Yes, hello, Michael. I'll say Kadu as well. That means hello for the audience, by the way. So I want to ask you a little bit about scalability. You know, in my role as an executive in residence at MTI and a cross connector to MEP, I deal with looking at the feasibility of a business model, and that's part of our judging rubric for this show. How big of a target market audience do you think you have to sell this app to?
We have big and small markets. So we're lucky to be in a niche market of the African language space. The app space, the language app space, is around a $25.7 billion market. And this untapped space of African languages is a niche market that we're happy to tap into. So, of course, we have two target customers in mind. Of course, number one, it's the person of African American or African heritage who's interested in connecting back to their heritage. And also, secondly, any other person who also wants to learn African languages. We're not holding that back from anybody. We want as many people to join our community. It's very important to us. So, for example, our second target customer is a young girl, high schooler, who's interested in elevating her college applications with African languages. So it's B2C, but we're also looking at B2B as well. So government procurement offices, just you name it, schools, hospitals, wherever that this can be utilized, we want to be there.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay, Nat, you're up.
Hi, Michael. Welcome. Good to see you again. I have a question. How do you determine whether to, say, bootstrap a business and add one language at a time slowly, or go big and add several languages or many languages at a time?
We were lucky to enter into the big gig semifinals. We won our semifinal rounds. And one of the companies that we competed against was a company that we utilized market research with, NKENNE. And shout out to NKENNE because they've been an amazing partner, another Maine-based company. And we've been able to do a lot of market research to see what places, not only in Maine, but around the country, could utilize NKENNE. We're actually segmenting marketing dollars to those specific regions. So, for example, Maine when it comes to the Somali language, because the Somali language is so widely spoken here. Atlanta, DC, Houston, those are our top major areas we're tackling with NKENNE, and we learned that from the market research that we did with NKENNE.
Great. Learning a language is hard. How do you keep people coming back?
Yeah, we were lucky to get advisory from Goldman Sachs 10K SB program. And this is one of the major questions that they've asked us. And my team and I, we've continued to see what are the best ways we can continue to retain our customers. We're lucky that in the app language space, typically there's high app retention rates because there's strategies that go along with many of these language learning apps to utilize. And we study our competitors. We make sure we understand how they're doing their work so we can do it better. That's a belief in our company. So we've seen how they've strategized their app retention rates, but what we've added along with that, because we're building a community, again, that's our message, that's our goal, is not only do we email our community members about practicing, reminding them to practice again, but we also provide them blog articles. blog.nkenne.com, you can see the articles that we send out to our community members. And we want to enrich them. We want to give them more information on the diaspora and on the continent, and to elevate their connection to the continent of Africa, no matter who they are. So that's how we keep our app retention rate high.
You are one of those companies where we can't wait to see where you'll be a year from now and even 5 years from now, because it is such a need and it's going to help so many people. So best of luck to you.
We're really excited. Thank you guys all for this opportunity. Thank you.
All right, we need to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our next pitch. Don't go away.
Bangor Savings Bank, committed to investing in its employees, customers, and communities to help create a stronger Northern New England. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Northern Light Health, because we're all Mainers. And making healthcare work for you includes providing care to more Mainers. Innovations in ways you can access care when and where you need us. northernlighthealth.org.
Welcome back. Our next company is going to improve the Maine experience for our vacationers, if that's even possible, because it's pretty great. But they'll also strengthen the global travel experience. Here's NaviTour.
Travel fulfills many desires: to build memories, to connect with people, and to see new places. These desires drove 1.4 billion of us to travel internationally in 2019, the year that my family traveled around the world and experienced firsthand there are still many barriers to having an amazing travel experience. Knowing what to do, the hit or miss quality of your guide, the cultural and safety insecurities. And while technology has advanced to the point where we can book our flights, hotels, and meals on our phones, store tickets, and make key transactions, we still couldn't navigate to our guide, tip digitally, track our experience, or communicate directly with our guide. That's why we developed NaviTour, a new app and platform that harnesses technology to make it easy for travelers to have more control and for all types of guides to reach an audience of travelers that might not otherwise find them. NaviTour will connect travelers to local tour guides who will provide destination expertise, cultural education, and personal safety for in-person or eventually virtual tours. The app makes it easy for guides and guests to communicate, plan, transact, and stay in touch. NaviTour will attract guides by giving them the ability to expand, own and customize their content and footprint, and pairing them with an account manager who provides marketing, support, and training. Another key priority and competitive advantage is that we will provide the opportunity to make a livable wage to our guides by changing the formula to prioritize their earnings and quality of life. The time is right for NaviTour. A recent VRBO poll found that 65% of respondents plan to travel more than they did before the pandemic. We see that not only are there more people coming to the market, but the market as a whole wants more local, intimate, and personalized experiences. We require a livable wage so we can recruit the top tour guides and strategies to include BIPOC and other underserved members of our community. Our approach to marketing and sales includes guerrilla and organic tactics, channel marketing, social media, geo-targeting, and paid advertising. Partnering with referral channels, we will build relationships that create a recurring flow of new customers. Based in Portland, Maine, our team consists of senior-level professionals that have collective experience from startups to international multi-million-dollar companies. While the business model requires an investment of $500,000 to $800,000 to fund the necessary additional software development and initial startup costs, we believe the opportunity to scale revenue and profitability is significant. Conservative financial forecast with only a 20% increase year over year while staying exclusively in the state of Maine projects revenue of over $12 million by fiscal 2026 with a profit of $2 million. With the flagship soft launch in Maine this summer, we believe NaviTour will garner interest in our state by showing there is so much more to Maine than lighthouses and lobster. By having an inclusive and diverse offering of guides and experiences, the world will start to realize that too. Join us as we improve the quality of experiences for travelers and the quality of life for guides here in Maine and then around the globe.
That was an awesome pitch, Shay, and you are right. There is so much more to Maine, and you and your team are going to do it and make it happen.
Thank you so much.
All right, Susan, kick us off.
Thanks, that was a fantastic job. I would like to know what makes your app unique to other travel apps that are kind of out there.
The first major differentiation between us and the other travel apps that exist is we are very guide forward. And so what I mean by that is rather than focusing on the revenue, the customer, although the customer will be taken care of, we're really focused on the guides. The guides are the heart, the soul. They make the experience. They're the memories people cherish forever. And in the industry, we really weren't seeing that. So by focusing on them and taking care of their needs and making sure that they are fully supported, they, of course, naturally are just going to be able to do a better job for the customer.
Like a trusted friend. Okay, John.
Yeah, really nice pitch. I'm curious. With your focus, you've got enormous potential markets, but there's also a lot of competitors. Do you have any particular marketing angles that you might like to play with going up against some of these huge competitors that are already in place?
Yeah, so it's funny that you should mention that. I was just at a conference in San Diego with many of those competitors. And again, it goes back to the guides. They don't want to identify the guide or the guide's brand. And so, therefore, those very personal and authentic communications and stories and examples and testimonials are not what they're leading with. Whereas for us, that's exactly what we'll be leading with. So they'll be spending very high cost per acquisition for trying to get to the traveler. Whereas we, because of the marketing and those great stories, will be able to get to those same customers, but in a more authentic, genuine way through channels, through social media, through network effect, through SEO, that sort of thing. And so we really believe in the customer wanting that, the customer really wanting to hear how they will feel, what is the why behind the guide, and not just that they're going to be on a sailboat or that they're going to be fishing or hiking, but what are they going to feel? What are they going to take away? What is it that they're going to remember? And that we don't see with our competitors.
Thank you. Great.
Nat.
A lot of your experiences look very special and almost custom. And I wonder about or ask about how you scale this business with these very unique experiences.
Well, I mean, each location has its own experiences, and we know that in Maine, right? You're going to get a very different experience in Greater Portland Casco Bay than you are in Millinocket. And so, as long as we focus on each area and use the same formula for the strategy of connecting with, getting the guides involved, and telling that really beautiful story, people will connect with that, and that's super easy to scale because it's a model that's easy to follow and it's genuine. But again, it goes back to boosting us quite a bit. It's not paddleboarding, kayaking. It's, seeing the effects of climate change in Casco Bay from a paddleboard, that sort of thing.
Great. Well, thank you.
Susan.
I'm just curious about your revenue model, how you make money with this product.
Yeah, so we're in the MVP stage, and so we are taking 7% from the guide and 10% from the customer. It's an MVP model that we want to test and explore. There are endless upsell and cross-sell opportunities, membership, subscription, sales, and advertising, but that's the model that we're starting with. We are thinking about even reducing that 7% even less, and we do think that we'll be able to do so, but we want to prove the model before we go too deep into that.
And you're making so much impact on different variations of the economy and improving the Maine experience overall. So we wish you all the best, Shay.
Thank you so much. I very much appreciate the opportunity.
Well, we enjoyed having you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, our judges are going to deliberate, so don't go anywhere.
Martins Point Generations Advantage, offering comprehensive Medicare Advantage plans. Information at martinspoint.org.
Fame came along at a time when we really needed somebody to believe in our mission.
It's so nice to have somebody actually try to understand what we're doing.
Fame helps Maine businesses and lenders get to yes for their financing needs.
Thank you, Fame.
Thank you, Fame.
Thank you, Fame.
Welcome to One Hot Marketing Minute with me, Isla Dickerson, and my co-host, Jacqueline Fish, where we help you think through critical decisions about marketing your product, service, or business.
Today's topic, what makes marketing memorable and sticky, and why is it so important? Memorable brands, aka sticky brands, are strong and intriguing. They are very hard to ignore or forget, and they keep customers coming back time and time again. So, how do I know if my marketing creates stickiness?
Ask yourself the following questions often. Does my marketing solve a problem? Simplify a complicated choice? create emotional resonance for my target audience, and offer the comfort of consistency and quality. There's so much to be gained in asking just a few good questions, especially when it comes to marketing. It is always a good day to get curious and creative for your business.
On the next One Hot Marketing Minute, we'll explore inspiring promoters in 60 seconds or less.
Thanks for spending this hot minute with us.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. It's time for our judges to take a deep dive into these two companies. And it's important to note that our judges spend time off camera getting to know the company, their business model, what needs that they have. So if you hear something mentioned that wasn't while we were on camera, that is why. All right, Susan, let's kick it off with you and let's talk about NKENNE because he pitched first. Michael.
Yeah, what a fantastic company. I really loved the uniqueness of first app to provide a tutorial in African languages, which is wonderful, a very charismatic entrepreneur. So he's going to make my decision very difficult.
Absolutely. Okay, John.
Well, I'll say our production team has done a very good job of matching up similar opportunities here, which does make it harder on us. But I think NKENNE also has an interesting angle where they're forming a communications community as well as just the linguistics. So I think that's great. I'm a little curious about their scalability with their market size, but it may be a whole lot bigger than I appreciate. So impressive idea.
Okay, some great comments. Yeah, the decision is always tough, but I think in this case, they are equally matched and they do have to raise around the same amount of funding. So you guys are going to have a tough choice. Nat.
So I am really impressed with the innovation at NKENNE. I just think, here we have competitors that are teaching Italian or French or Spanish, and who is teaching Arabic, for instance, or Somali to Maine residents, which is I think our second most common language here. So the innovation here with NKENNE, as well as potentially the size of the company, is very intriguing to me.
Yeah, they will be the first, and this will help others feel comfortable moving to Maine, which is what we want, to have Maine be recognized as a welcoming and safe place. Okay, Susan.
What an impressive company. I think everybody is really looking for those authentic travel experiences, particularly post-pandemic. I'm really impressed by the legwork that's already been done, the integration of the payment processing to the method in which they vet their participating guides.
Yes, and Maine has so much more to offer that, like she says, lighthouses and lobsters, and you don't hear as much about the Maine guides, so I think this is a golden opportunity for them. Right, John?
Yeah, I agree. It's an interesting angle they're playing of going more for the guide support than just the consumer, because it is, the whole consumer angle is so populated with many different apps out there now. I think there could be a really bright future for them.
She has a powerhouse team as well, right, Nat?
Yes, I am very intrigued with the how well researched this is, and her backing and her team of consultants, vetters of these experiences, the due diligence she does, the quality of the offering seems so great.
Well, you guys have a tough decision to make, and I'm going to give you some time to think about it while we take a quick break and hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Albin, Randall, and Bennett, committed to providing accounting solutions to Greenlight Maine startups, working with businesses and organizations that operate locally and nationally. ARBCPA.com.
Through their efforts to support Maine entrepreneurs who are growing our economy, Greenlight Maine is making our state a better place to start and operate a business. For these efforts and the creation of a robust entrepreneurial ecosystem, the Harold Alfond Institute for Business Innovation at Thomas College is proud to be a sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
First Park, a 285-acre business park located in Oakland, Maine, offering fiber internet, 3-phase power, and pre-permitted sites for businesses to start or expand. Details at firstpark.com.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. We just met two amazing entrepreneurs that are doing outstanding things for the great state of Maine, but only one can advance to the next round. Will it be NaviTour or NKENNE? Let's find out. Judges, I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1. And that means NKENNE is our winner and is moving on in the competition. Congratulations, Michael. How does it feel?
We're really excited. Thank you guys all for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. You are supporting local business just by tuning in and seeing all that is happening with the startup community in Maine. If you would like to learn more, check us out on greenlightmaine.com and give us a like on social media. We'll be back next week to showcase 2 more companies who are contributing in a big way to building Maine's economy. Have a great night.
Greenlight Maine Productions appreciates the generous underwriters that support our mission to build strong businesses in Maine. Thank you.